Welcome, twisted viewers, to another Twisted Tuesday. Today's tale is an unusual story about a vampire named Alaric with a curse where his very own blood threatens his existence. So get ready for a vampire story with a whole new twist called The Vampire's Curse. In the dark mountains of Transylvania, there lived a vampire named Alaric. Unlike the vampires of legend, Alaric was no ordinary creature of the night. He was bound by a curse, one that reversed his thirst. Instead of drinking the blood of others, he carried within him a hunger far more sinister. Alaric could not drink blood, he could only give it. Every full moon, his veins swelled with a burning need to release the red life force that coursed through him. The curse demanded that he find a human host to receive his blood, a twisted reversal of the vampire lore. If he failed to do so, his own body would consume itself from within, the unspent blood boiling in his veins until it tore him apart. For centuries, Alaric had carefully selected his victims, feeding them his cursed blood under the cover of darkness. Those who received his blood did not transform into vampires. Instead, they were cursed to live out his torment. They would feel their own blood slowly being replaced, drop by drop, until they too were consumed by the same insatiable need to give. One night, Alaric found himself drawn to a small cottage. Inside lived a young woman named Alaric, who was known for her kindness and compassion. But as Alaric approached her to feed her his blood, something strange happened. He hesitated. There was something different about Alaric, something he couldn't quite place. As he stood at her doorway, Alaric greeted him with a gentle smile, as if she had been expecting him. "I've been waiting for you," she said softly. "I know what you are, Alaric." Stunned, Alaric recoiled. No one had ever recognized him before. "How do you know my name?" he demanded. Alaric's smile widened, and she stepped closer. "Because I carry the same curse," she whispered. "But mine is older, deeper. I don't give blood, I take it. Every full moon, I must drink from one who carries the curse, or I will wither away." Alaric's heart sank as the realization dawned on him. Alaric was the origin of his curse, the very source of his torment. The two of them were locked in a nightmarish cycle, feeding off each other's suffering for eternity. As the full moon rose above the mountains, Alaric felt the familiar burning in his veins. But this time, instead of fleeing, he stood still as Alaric approached him, her eyes glowing with a dark hunger. "Let us end this," she whispered, sinking her teeth into his neck. As she drank, the curse began to unravel. The blood that had tormented Alaric for centuries flowed back into Alaric, merging with her own. And as they fed on each other, they both felt the pain and the hunger fade away, replaced by an overwhelming sense of peace. But peace came at a cost. As the last drop of blood was exchanged, Alaric and Alaric began to fade, their bodies dissolving into the night air. They had broken the curse, but in doing so, they had given up their immortality. The next morning there was only 2 piles of ash where the cottage once stood. No one knew what had happened, but from that day forward, the village was free from the shadow of the vampire. The curse had been broken, but the story of Alaric and Alaric lived on, a tale of twisted fate and the price of true freedom. Thanks for joining us on this twisted tale, The Vampire's Curse. Alaric and Alaric sacrificed their lives to end an evil curse and finally gain freedom. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe to help my channel grow. And smash that bell icon to never miss a twisted tale. And remember, sometimes to gain true freedom, you must sacrifice dearly.